So after putting up the last video, I got another special video. This time on a movie from Japan. It is from Studio Ghibli called Spirited Away. It just turned 20 this year. Even though it didn't come to the United States until a year later, I still count it since it came out in Japan first. So, in honor of it, I'm going to do a review and talk about my favorite scene in the movie. Let's start with the story first. A girl named Chihiro and her parents are moving to a new neighborhood. They come across an abandoned theme park, but it's actually a bathhouse. When the sun goes down, lights come on, all sorts of various spirits come from around the world to relax there. This terrifies Chihiro as she finds out her parents have turned into pigs. She comes across a boy and befriends him and decides to help her. He introduces her to the old lady who runs the place and decides that if she wants to stay alive, she'll have to get a job. And the rest of the film is just her trying to survive in this bizarre place, while also trying to make friends out of enemies who could eventually help her get her parents back. When I saw the cover as a kid, I didn't know what the movie was about. Then by around high school, I had to watch it. So by 2012, I watched it and yeah, it was amazing. I have seen the movie twice and a half. The half of it was when my art teacher had it on when I was taking art class, hence why I took it. But yeah, this movie is something special. First off, this movie is not based on anything. Not based off a book or a show or a musical. It's all originality, which I don't mind it, but man, it feels so original. Originality aside, let's talk about everything in the movie, and for the best for last at the end, I'll talk about my favorite scene in the movie. Now for the main lead, Chihiro. She's very identifiable. Because she's terrified of everything, if anyone saw this back then, it could scare you. If anyone didn't know what this world is, we see weird stuff happen in the movie. And if I ever saw this as a kid, I would have been creeped out. But as a teenager, I would have loved this because it's animation. Those are characters that Chihiro comes across with distinct personalities. In fact, the designs of the characters are unbelievable. It's like a party house for imagination. Every creature has their own unique look. Some are human, some more spider-like, some more lizard-like, some more like creatures that came from Japan. Aside from the characters and designs, there is a goal to accomplish to the end of the film. Chihiro has to escape and save her parents. It's not really a major spoiler because they explain what's going to happen at the end. So at least it's not the caught off guard ending like any movies out there. Also, there is no straight up villain, which is a great way because the other Studio Ghibli / Miyazaki movies don't have that. The owner of the bathhouse is not really a villain. She's more insane, crazy, and rude. Same with the creature No Face. It's not really a villain, it's just a creature. So yeah, any characters in the movie is just a wide variety. The animation is amazing. I mean, come on, it's Studio Ghibli. They always look beautiful by 2D standards. The voice acting in the movie is perfect, particularly the English dub. I haven't heard any of the Japanese dub of the movie. Devay Chase voices Chihiro, who you may know she voiced Lilo in Lilo and Stitch. Now that's great talent. The soundtrack in the movie is amazing. In fact, the best music in the movie is called Reprise / Again. If you haven't listened to it, go listen to it on YouTube. It's one of the best orchestrated musics out there. Everything else in this movie is fantastic. The only minor nitpick is that the owner has a twin sister, which, yeah, they look alike, but it would have been great if you make the twin sister look different. But again, it's just the owner fooling her about it. But yeah, the movie holds up pretty strong after 2 decades later. It won an Oscar for Best Anime Feature, which, as of now, the only Studio Ghibli anime movie to win. So now, let's move on to my favorite scene in the movie. The scene where Chihiro and No Face are on the train. It's so simple, yet so beautiful at the same time. All it is, they're just traveling and looking out the window that has water in the land. And there's no talking in that scene. You can feel what those two had to go after leaving that chaotic bathhouse. I just love pure atmosphere. and this is one of the main examples by an anime movie. Still, I have a future video on that scene with other movie scenes, but that's a video for some other time. Still, it is my favorite scene in the movie. As far as the movie, it is in my top 10 favorite movies. The more I watch it, the more I have to love it. It won't top some of my favorites like Gone with the Wind and so forth, but Spirited Away is just the embodiment of animation. So yeah, happy 20th anniversary to the movie. It was worthy to talk about it all the way, but there are more movies to go. I'll see you guys soon for the next video.